Good evening and welcome to Coins. Well, this is a very different episode to what I was originally thinking. And Coins will go on for another few weeks, but first of all, let's have a look at the 2020 minted figures. There's your pennies, 88,071,910 of them were minted, which, fair enough, there were a fair few around. In 2020, two pences were NIFC, the third year in the row. But it will not be a fourth. We've already seen 2021 2Ps creep around. I've got multiple. I no longer keep them. But, 5 pences. I think I've seen a couple. 49.2 million of them. 10p, you're very much in a couple of these. 45,347,846 of them are minted. And then 20p's, I don't think I've seen many 2020 dated 20p's, if any, but 32.725 million were minted. And 50p minted figures are what we're really into. And I think by now we all know what's happened, and it's a bit of a shock, really. 46.5 million Royal Shields are actually minted. Well, yeah. And diversity is actually meant to be more common than Brexit. And you'd think, fair enough, you wouldn't want a low mintage thing spreading a message about diversity building Britain and that. But could have been 2.5 million, but it was looking like 10 million for a while, but it certainly wasn't looking blooming rarer, more common than the Brexit. Those two being the other way around, honestly, would have probably made perfect sense to many of us, just making sure the mic was on there. And we all knew that Brexit was going to be around 20 million, 10 million. But then the Royal Shields, get them out your vaults, mate. And if there's no demand for 50p's, which there quite clearly isn't, if there's none coming out of the vaults and that, they're all stuck there, then don't mint anything. Bruh. There was 122 million in 2019. Didn't really need those. If there's no blooming demand for 50p's at the moment, what's the point of minting them? So, all must be stuck in the vaults. Or maybe they just got it completely wrong and it's going to be changed to, 0. And it was NIFC all along. Right, 2020, 55 million to £1, the lowest it's ever been. I think I've seen people find 2021 pounds. Personally, I just get a bajillion 2017s because of how many of them were minted. Few odd 2016s, not obviously. There's the round pounds. And then £2 once again, NIFC, unfortunately. Bit of a shame, but there are tons of commemorative NIFCs. So And if anyone's wondering, yes, I've got a fantasy team, not a fantasy league. I mean, if anyone ever wanted me to create one, I would, but obviously there's no demand. But I got 71 overall points this week, but it's gonna be reduced to 67 because I made 2 transfers and the other one free one. And this is my team at the minute, if anyone's wondering. It's not the greatest, but I'm just trying to get the people with the easiest fixtures. And then you've got Chelsea, who are just trusted at this point. They're a bit light in defence as well, Tottenham, so maybe like Lukaku. I mean, obviously Lukaku will get past them surely. Unless he's exhausted from that game, and he's a beast, that guy. But I'm not too fussed about Cresswell and Greenwood, but I'm thinking they'll probably will get a couple points.
Yes, how you doing? We're here to do the commentary.
But really, relatively happy with my team. I don't really bother changing my bench that much in these leagues. I mean, not doing fantastic, but you know, I mean, like, I'm in the cycling GKs, so I might be above you, and Thogden and Thogdads, Jim Daly's, Daddy Dork, if anyone's heard of him from TikTok. I do have a TikTok, it's just JCB Dude if you want to follow me. The Murphy Mandem, Mr. Paddy Murphy, absolute god. Then this fella, who's another TikToker, that's just his TikTok username, but yeah. He's the General League. It's for anyone's wondering. But enough of that. We want to get into some coins. Now let's have a look at this Dan's Dollars design of the Insulin 50p. God knows when it will come out, but it better be soon because we're not starting Plum in Season 4 until it's out. Well, ends in Season 3, should I say. This is what he's thought of. He's got 3 scientist names. Probably those who pioneered, like, figuring out that insulin, yes, exists. 1921, probably the year that it was found. Got all the molecules that make up insulin, I'm guessing, and obviously the elements and your compounds and your stuff that make up insulin. Can't really think of the words at the moment. Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. There's a lot of freaking carbon. But yeah, I think it helps people like type 1 diabetes, this. But yeah, it's going to get a 50p. I think Christopher has said that I could go out into circulation, but I haven't been out, especially with the 2020 shields, that any coin, any commemorative will go into circulation. Be the first time that would happen since 2012, which would be a bit of a shame, but there's always the NIFCs that we can still look out for, which there's been quite a few of. I'd love to find a Team GB. I mean, ideally I'd find a 2020, because that would be really nice. But yeah. Thank you. It'll be like an alphabet MP. You want the golden year, but the other year is good too because they're both rare. Anyways, now to go for the new release coin for this week, which is a 50p. This was meant to be the next one to come out, but look at this, Charles Babbage, nicking its place. So how is everyone? This is the coin for this week. This is its silver proof. We're not going to pay too much attention. There's the box art, which is pretty bland. But we're not going to pay massive attention to that. We're going to just look for the bunk. That's not the bunk. Let's just go to this. And boom, there's your actual art for the bunk. Can look nice, the little art in the background. It usually does. And yeah. There it is. And there's the design. There's the design. I think he invented like the computer to like make mathematical calculations before it was actually turned into what a computer is now, which is very different from that. I mean, probably look nice in real life. Probably would look nice in real life. There's almost too much going on then. can see why, and it's not bad, but ugh, there's too much going on. Undecided.
We read that and that you have such a passion.
Undecided. And then the obverse is the same as any other. But let's have a look at who the reverse designer is. Well, there's two. Nigel Tudman and Jess Barmer. And there you are. This coin is definitely not going into circulation because it's in the Innovations of Science set, which none of them have gone into circulation. There has been two so far. The Stephen Hawking 50p, which is an absolute beauty of a design when it's not got toning, and even then it's still a beauty. Rosalind Franklin, another nice design. And then probably the worst in the set so far, if this is what to go off, the Charles Babbage. Ugh. Next week it'll either be the Insulin 50p, finally, or it'll be the Lunar New Year for 2022. £5 I think it is, that one. It's making a 20 coin that small about 2022 and 2021. Would that be a double yeared coin thingy? Would that really count as one of them? Just like that 50 years of the 50pq. Or technically the Rio handover. I think the Beijing one as well for £2. Yeah. But yeah, but I'm undecided on this design, to be honest. It would probably look nice in real life, but this picture doesn't look great. Doesn't look great, I'm sorry, it just doesn't. It would probably look nice with, like, in real life, but I'm not sure how the hell you'd add colour to it as well. With like green around the letters, that would make them stand out, but doesn't look great. There's NT. I think that's for Nigel Tudman. I don't see any JBs for Jess Barmer. That's my initials. Taking away your middle name. So I'm called JPB. Dude. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
That's a spicy meatball. Ooh, it sets up like a penny.